The Detroit Lions are currently grappling with a significant number of injuries on their defense, but there is also a concerning injury on offense that could impact their upcoming Thursday game against the Green Bay Packers. Left tackle Taylor Decker is struggling with a knee injury that forced him to miss last week's game against the Chicago Bears. On Sunday, Lions head coach Dan Campbell provided an update on Decker's situation, noting that his availability for this week's game will likely be determined right before kickoff. "He's doing better and better. You know, I still think he's day-to-day," Campbell commented. "I think it'll come down to the wire with him whether he can go or not this week. It's certainly better." If Decker is unable to play, the Lions will likely rely on Dan Skipper to step into the starting role for the second consecutive week. However, an interesting dynamic to monitor is whether Detroit will shift Penei Sewell from his position at right tackle to left tackle, or simply keep Skipper at left tackle. In previous games when Decker was unavailable, Skipper filled in at left tackle, but there wasn't enough practice time to have Sewell work on the left side. This week, the team has more time for preparation, but with Decker's uncertain status, they may prefer to leave Sewell on the right side in case Decker clears to play. In addition to Decker's injury, several other key players on the Lions roster are dealing with their own health concerns. Here are the latest updates on those players, as provided by Campbell. Mekhi Wingo, knee placed on injured reserve and ruled out for the season. His injury will probably require surgery, so that's another one. Hate that for him, but I think everything will be clean and he'll be healed up for next year, and that's good news, Campbell said. Malcolm Rodriguez, knee Rodriguez has torn his ACL and has also been placed on injured reserve, meaning he will miss the rest of the season. The good news is once he has this surgery done, he'll be good to go next year, and he'll be healthy and ready to roll. Levi Onwuzurike, hamstring, and Josh Paschal, knee, ***. Both players are considered day-to-day, but Campbell isn't optimistic about their availability for this week. Paschal, it's hard to say. Really, he and Levi are day-to-day. I think Paschal's got a better shot to play than Levi, but I don't know. I'm not real optimistic about either one of them playing, but I guess Paschal's got a better shot. Emmanuel Moseley, no specified injury. Moseley is expected to play this week. I think he's going to be good to go. To manage all these injuries, the Lions have made several roster moves in the past 2 days, which are likely aimed at strengthening their depth as they prepare for the Packers game. Detroit Lions cornerback Kindle Vildor, often the subject of criticism, had a solid performance in his team's Thanksgiving Day game against the Chicago Bears. According to Pro Football Focus, Vildor allowed only 2 catches for 14 yards on 4 targets and recorded 3 tackles. Despite his strong performance, the conversation surrounding his game focused on a controversial pass interference penalty during a pivotal moment, which extended the Bears' final, but ultimately unsuccessful, drive. The penalty occurred on a 4th and 14 play and was widely debated, with many, including Vildor himself, expressing confusion over the call. "I was confused," Vildor said, reflecting on the moment in an interview with the Detroit Free Press. "Everybody gets called for pass interference, but right there, I didn't really see anything. I didn't do anything. It was crazy." Vildor added that the referee explained to him afterward that he believed Vildor had been grabbing the receiver as he moved toward the ball, a claim Vildor found difficult to accept. However, Vildor remained positive, noting, "It was unbelievable for me, man, but we still won, so I ain't even worried about it no more." The controversial penalty didn't go unnoticed by others, including former Lions offensive tackle T.J. Lang, who now serves as an on-field reporter for the team's flagship radio network. Lang, who had a close view of the play, expressed his frustration with the call on Twitter, labeling it as one of the biggest horse ***T calls he had ever witnessed. He also pointed out that the Bears' mistakes, including failing to call a timeout after a series of penalties and a sack, should have prevented the situation from occurring in the first place. Despite the penalty, the Bears' drive continued but ended in failure. After an incompletion, an illegal use of hands penalty on offensive lineman Tevin Jenkins, and a sack by Zadarius Smith, Chicago found themselves in a difficult position. In an inexplicable move, they failed to use their final timeout and only ran one more play before time expired. While the pass interference penalty on Wilder did not directly cost the Lions, Lang and others argued that the entire series of events could have been avoided if not for the questionable penalty.